I'm Michelle DeJean, and I still, to this day, claim that the only reason I had the illustrious career that I did is because of Frank Young and the late Carol McCann. Before I came to Humphrey School, all of my training had been strictly ballet. I was with the Houston Ballet Academy, and I was at the HSPVA on a dance scholarship, but there was something missing. I loved ballet so much, but there was something missing. And I always loved musicals, so we did some research and found out about Humphrey School and enrolled, and I found my voice. They showed me that I had a voice, and I tapped into that, and I felt complete. And it was a very safe, it felt like a very safe environment for me to test those new waters and learn another part of this art form that I had dedicated my entire life to, and be able to catch that up to where I was already in my dance training. The teachers there were people that have remained in my life, and I still have very fond memories of my time there, but one of the greatest memories, or one of the greatest things of being with the Humphrey School for me, was that it allowed me to audition for the main stage shows. So by the time I left Humphrey School, and I was only there a couple of years, I had a pretty hefty resume already. And while I was doing those shows, I was making these contacts with these great New York directors and choreographers and actors that lived in New York. So when I did eventually move to New York a few years later, it was seamless. And my first two jobs in New York were with director choreographers that I'd met here in Houston. And I went on to have a 25-year-long, very successful career, starring on Broadway in Chicago for many years, and touring all over the US and the world. But I did notice, became very evident to me in all my travels, that I never once came across a school that was strictly dedicated to musical theater. I had seen many dance schools who had musical theater classes or would have musical theater master classes, but never a school that was dedicated to musical theater. Well, I think if the child wants to go into musical theater, I don't think there's any place better for them to go, because here you learn every aspect of it. You've got intensive acting classes, intense music theory. It's definitely a place where the child would find out if this is really what they want to do. It's hard work, but it's a payoff at the end of the day. Being a part of Humphrey School, it is a support system, and they do teach you that you're talented, and they do teach you to be strong. And I think of all the lessons that you learn, all the dance classes, all the acting classes, all the music theory, if you can walk out of here and be confident and walk into an audition in New York and then turn you away, and you can walk away and say, well, I did the best I could, I think that's the biggest lesson and the biggest gift that you could get. So I just feel blessed that Humphrey School was a part of my life, and I think it's why I am where I am today.